I took my family to the Pocono Mountains in Pennsylvania for the weekend and stayed in a Loft Fireplace Suite at the Great Wolf Lodge. Let's check out the room and the resort, and I'll tell you what I thought of the place and whether or not it's a good value for the family. Let's do this. Hey, it's Kelly from The Vacation Agent, and before we start the room tour, if you're part of the 99% of viewers not yet subscribed to us, do us a huge favor and smash that subscribe button. You may make a grown man cry. Good tears, though. Okay, enough about that. Let's check out the room. So, when I booked this room, I did so knowing there weren't many YouTube videos reviewing this particular type of room. So I thought, well, I'm gonna have my wife and 2 young kids, my mother and her boyfriend, and my brother-in-law. 7 total people all staying in one room. Good thing we get along, right? The Loft Fireplace Suite, which can fit up to 7 people, seemed to be the perfect fit. At $767 per night, it is a little pricey, but divvied up between 3 parties, it's not horrible. So I went ahead and booked it, knowing it comes with water park admission included in the price. As you walk in, there's a mudroom area and sort of a kitchenette with a mini fridge, sink, counter space, and a coffee maker. On the other side is the full bathroom with a sink, toilet, and shower tub combo. If I'm being honest, which is a huge part of this channel, I was less than impressed. The carpet at the entryway was not very clean, and everything looked old. Not just outdated, but actually old or overused. The seat cushion in the mudroom was stained and should be either deep cleaned or replaced. I mean, it's the first thing you see when you walk into the room. Next, the bathroom was dark and felt like an old motel bathroom. Now, I don't have anything against old motel bathrooms if I paid for an old motel room, but this is an almost $800 a night room. I know they have renovated a lot of their rooms over the past few years, including adding 2 new towers, the Mountain Tower and the Woodland Villas, which they tried to have us upgrade to at a pretty steep price hike. From there is the main sleeping area with 2 queen beds. I knew this when I booked it, but we're not in Europe or Japan. For the price we paid, there should be 2 king beds here. The beds were comfortable and the sheets were clean, so at least there's that. There's a nice sized TV and decent storage for clothes on the opposite end. There's also a small table and 2 chairs as a sitting/dining area, which the kids used for coloring and eating snacks. A partition wall separates the main sleeping area from the living room/optional sofa bed area, which is where my brother-in-law slept. This is where the fireplace is, which is very nice and warms up the room. There's another TV, slightly smaller than the main sleeping area one, above the fireplace. That TV, because of the placement and room acoustics, was actually louder for us in the main sleeping area than the TV right in front of us. It was almost twice as loud, in fact. We had this TV at a 30 volume level and the fireplace TV at 16, and they were the same level. Then there's a balcony that overlooks the parking lot. It's probably a nice feature in the spring and summertime, but at the end of February it's pretty much useless. There's a staircase leading up to the loft area where you find another queen bed, a cutout closet to hang coats and whatnot, and a small TV on the dresser with decent storage space, a sink area, and a water closet, basically a quarter bathroom. The loft area overlooks most of the rest of the room, which the kids really loved. I thought it was a good idea, and maybe back in 2005 when it opened, the view was nicer. But now, 18 years later, and after what seems like 0 updating or even replacing or repairs, it's just a view of a sad, neglected room in need of a lot of love and attention. I like some things about the room. There was an ample amount of towels. Most hotels I stay at are the opposite, so having lots of towels and not needing to ask for more each day was nice. As I mentioned before, the beds were very comfortable. Maybe spending all day at a water park or snow tubing with 2 kids helped me to get some pretty heavy sleep, but I had no complaints about the bed comfort level. And for all the complaining I've done in this video, the room did accommodate all 7 of us rather well. No one was fighting over bathrooms, and for the most part, no one woke each other up or stepped on anyone else's figurative toes. There was just enough space and privacy for all. With that said, their price point left a lot, and I mean a lot, to be desired. At the very least, they need to either upgrade these rooms or downgrade the price. One thing they could do right away that would make a huge impact is to replace the old carpets with nice modern tile or vinyl planks at least. It would brighten the entire space and modernize it in one fell swoop. They should also invest in better lighting. The room is drab and feels more like a horror movie than a 3 or 4-star family resort. They should also add a microwave. We left a lot of food on the table at the restaurants here because there was no way to heat it up. Instead, they have microwaves in the vending areas on each floor. Seriously, we're towing the hostel lines here. Okay, maybe not that dramatic, but honestly, for a better experience at this hotel, you have to look into their mountain tower rooms or their woodland villas, where the price jumps to 4 digits per night. To compare, I am a Disney Vacation Club member. My home resort is the Disney Riviera, one of the newest and nicest resorts in Disney World. And up until last year, I was an owner of a mid-level 2-bedroom ocean view room at the Hyatt Vacation Club, Kaanapali Beach in Maui, Hawaii. Now, I'm not trying to show off, but I want to assess value and what a dollar means when you rent a hotel room at these prices. The Riviera and Hyatt Maui can command anywhere from $900 to $1,200 per night, depending on the room and the time of year. Sometimes more, usually not less. These are both high-end deluxe resorts with rooms and amenities that would blow the Great Wolf Lodge away in any competition, and for just $200 to $400 more per night. Now, it's not a Granny Smith apples-to-apples comparison, maybe more of a Red Delicious to Granny Smith one. But what you get with the Loft Fireplace Suite at $767 is in my mind a heck of a lot less than what you get at other places for not much more. In fact, if I had to assess the value of this particular room, I would say a reasonable price would be more like $499 or something around that range. This room review would have a very different tone if the price were closer to that than other deluxe high-end resorts. This is absolutely not deluxe high-end, even with the water park included. So overall, the best part about the resort is the water park and all the activities they have for children. Both my kids have Great Wolf wands and love to walk around the resort collecting gold and making the displays light up and whatnot. There's an actual game you can play, but both my offspring are still too young to really grasp it. They love the arcade, the gold mining, the mini bowling and mini golf, all the things that require added costs, of course. The restaurants are pricey and mediocre, so I suggest eating elsewhere if you can. We ordered pizza from Uber Eats our last night there and wished we would have done so the previous night too. Parking is kind of ridiculous. It's $20 per night for self-parking and $35 per night for valet. If you don't want to deal with the hassle on top of shuffling around kids and luggage and all the chaos, valet parking is actually a nice convenience. You can come and go as many times as you want, and they are surprisingly quick with retrieving your car. Just make sure you do not pay for both self and valet when you check in at the automated kiosk. We made that mistake and are still disputing the charges. This was our first trip to the Pocono Mountains. We wanted to get the PA mountain snow experience and an escape from the cold. I know, odd, right? We did snow tubing at nearby Camelback Resort. A video on that is coming soon, which whet our snowy appetite. Then, our escape from the cold was spending all day at the water park. In hindsight, I probably would have just booked a room at Camelback Resort, where you can do it all in one place: ski, snowboard, and snow tubing, as well as a water park of their own. In fact, the next time we do decide to have a Pocono experience, that's exactly what we'll do. For the price, the Great Wolf Lodge does not deliver. They have a ton of great stuff for the family, but their valuation to me is way too high. You can find better quality and value at places like the aforementioned Camelback Resort. I don't imagine Great Wolf Poconos will take my financial advice, so I don't see us returning there in the future, but we will be back to the Poconos soon. I hope you liked my honest opinion of the Great Wolf Lodge and their Loft Fireplace Suite. If you did, please hit that like button and be sure to subscribe for more travel goodness. Also, check out some of these videos if you're looking for travel inspiration. I'm Kelly, and from all of us at The Vacation Agent, safe travels.